Yeah, I know, I just realised I had my microphone muted. True. I also have Discord muted. Give me a second. Yeah, I mean, it's the first few minutes of Q1. It doesn't really matter. Right, Hammock Gamer is the first one on the circuit. Any gamers in the chat is praying for rain. Oh, no, it's saying there is rain, I think.
Oh, happy days.
Rain on the way. I assume that will be for the race, considering it does appear to be mostly sunny in qualifying. Hammock Gamer's got a Ferrari right behind him of Rolling Dice, who goes through, so he will be leading the drivers for those first runs of Q1, going down the long back straight in towards turn 12 at the moment. So just a few disconnects already. Hopefully that's not an issue with the lobby.
Ooh.
I had to sweat back, and Heart's now disconnecting. It's not ideal here, but hopefully it's just an
No.
Oh, wait, they've both been retired because they.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's that bug in the game.
I did it. Yeah.
So so no one is going to be knocked out in Q1 because those. Because it's going to be Kyle, Sweatback, Hearts, and Perkins that get knocked out. There's going to be no one knocked out. So all these runs are going to be arbitrary. As Rolling Dice goes into the first corner. And just getting it through the SS. We may just be able to... we may just be able to go straight on to Q2 then.
Probably. Once everyone's done a lap time. Then, yeah. Swapback's having issues with his wheel.
Yeah. If we just get everyone to set one lap, then we don't have to sit through these 15 minutes of Q1. Sorry about just joining back, but it's not going to matter for him. We do have Rolling Dice on a lap at this stage with a 1:03.6 in those first two sectors. But, like, these laps don't really matter at all. It's like he's... as long as you set a lap, then you can just retire and go through. But with that being said, we've got Rolling Dice coming into the final couple of corners now. She's gonna go through that final corner, gets back on the power and up the line. He goes for a 1:34.6 to set the early benchmark. He's followed by Havoc Gamer, who does also a 1:34.6, but that was done on the soft compound. And then after that, it's the Haas of Jay-Z, who has invalidated his time. Next up, it's Footface, also in the final corner. Gets right up to the curb. Just about keeps it within those white lines, and up to the line he goes for a 35.3. That'll still be good enough for him, as everyone's going to have enough.
Yeah.
Jammy Cash and Nidus Toxin in the same corner, both on invalid laps. They're just going around together then by the looks of things. Mr. Business going slowly, but if he just takes the line, then he's going to get through into Q2. People could set like a 1:40 lap time and still get through. Mr. Business goes into P4, and a power there with a 35.2 to get him into, which will get him into Q2. Jammy Dodge with a 33.9, and then the Red Bull that I believe that's Grape Pup getting a lap. Indeed, it is. That's fresh coming around the long right-hander of 16, 17, and 18. Just one long corner, but it counts as 3. And then it's just Rolling Dice coming back into the pits. So they're just coming in. So, like, at this point, none of these none of these laps matter. As long as you set a time, you will be through. Rocky goes to the top of the timing sheets with a 33.7. And then it's Jay-Z in the final corner as well. As long as he keeps this within the lines through that final corner, he'll put the car through into Q2. Indeed he is. Mr. Business just in the final corner now to improve his time. Not that it will matter for him. Jamie Cash managing to invalidate again. Mr. Business goes top with a 33.6. It's really just a glorified practice session here. Footface just beginning another run. And then it's Grape Pup around the final corner. Up to the line he goes into P7. It's a 35.2. And then Gamer going again. Alfa Romeo there. Is that fresh in the final corner? Indeed it is. Goes into P4 with a 34.1. Alright, and then Keyplan beginning a lap 2. Like, there's just a few more guys to set laps, and then they can all retire and go through to Q2. Although I'm not sure how many people will be doing that. It's Nurse Toxin in that final corner as well. So there's Toxin just beginning a lap. That'll be Jay-Z into the pit lane. Footface coming around that final sector now. As Jamie Dodge retires from the session. Footface up to the line. Gets on the power. He improves, but he can't find enough time to get him off that 10th spot at this stage. Keep playing on a time as well. I really hope these guys will just come into the pits and retire, but I don't know how many of them will be likely to just do that, or how many will want to set some times. That being said, that's an Alpine in the final corner of Keyplan, who just set a time, I believe, with a 34.7. Then Fresh, most likely on his way in. Yes, he is. Oh, he's gone. Fresh has gone into the barriers on the pit entry. He's lucky to keep that one going. If he lost his tyre there, he wouldn't have been able to take part in Q2. There's a car just going out of Jay-Z there. And there's Toxin around the final corner. It's not a great lap, but it still will just be enough for him. Agam's invalidated. Jamie Cash there in middle sector. There's a yellow flag at the final corner. That's Footface very slowly coming into the pit lane. Then it's Agams who's invalidated his time. He just... these drivers just need to... Can't hear D10. Is he talking? I don't hear him talking.
Yeah, I think my audio's bugged me.
I hear you now. I just haven't heard you talking at all.
Oh no, I'm on stream now. No worries, I fixed it.
Okay. I didn't hear you talking at all, like, that entire time. Just now you're talking, I do hear you.
Yeah, no, it's working now.
Oh.
I checked the stream before when I first started. It didn't come up at all. can hear you at least.
Yeah. Frotto cheated in the final corner, just needs a lap, goes into P5, 34.3. There's Toxin on his way, and Jamie Cash around the final corner with DRS active. He goes into P10, but it's enough. Then if AM just sets a lap, then that will be all the drivers we need to set a time. But
Jay-Z is on an outlap.
yeah, he's just starting a lap.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if they realise that they're all through.
I don't think they do.
No.
I think that is fresh mediums as well. Or it
Yeah,
could be
that was
mediums.
that was
I wanna lean
mediums.
towards fresh though.
Yeah, Fresh was on mediums. Oh, Jay-Z.
Coming to the final sector.
Yeah, that's just A-games in those final few corners. I think Jay-Z is on the same tyres he was on before.
I'll check race director real quick.
It shows him on 2-lap mediums. He's come into the pits and gone out again, but I believe they are the same tyres. Yeah, he did.
The first lap was invalidated, then he got a 34.9.
And A-games up to the line, just sets a time. It doesn't need more than that. And now...
Limping through.
Yeah, so everyone in this field is through. But I don't think any of them realise that, because there's still drivers going out on outlaps at this stage.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to...
Even Gio is going out again.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't hurt to get extra laps in, but, like, at the same time...
Did you say there was rain? You said there was a...
Yeah, there's rain forecast.
Is that in qualifying?
Not sure. I've just the driver said there was rain. Jay-Z in foot pace retired. They're all starting to retire now.
Surely they're getting the hint now.
Yeah, rolling dice is on the track though. Yeah, he was just going to the pits then. He'll be retiring.
Validation for Gio.
Yeah, he should be into the pits. I'm hoping at least.
Well, they're all on mediums. I guess they've got nothing to lose. Especially if the rain's forecast for the race.
Yeah, rain is forecast for the race.
Mediums are pretty much useless.
It depends when in the race that it's forecast for. Or if it's forecast to be wet.
But you'll get a new set anyway.
Yeah.
And Gio decided to do a bonus,
yeah, he's just doing some burnouts at turn 11. That is there. Jay-Z retires.
I think everyone's limping back now.
Power's just going out though, so not everyone. And Nils Toxin is just beginning another run.
We have the call in Discord to
retire when possible.
Retire.
So hopefully at least. I'm not sure if Aparo has noticed that from the fact he's going out on an outlap.
I don't think he has, no.
No. Frosted Cheese now retires. So I think it's just down to whether Aparo notices
and
or not.
they are fresh mediums, fresh soft, sorry.
They are.
Which is...
Nils Toxin is also on a fresh set at this point. And he's...
I don't think they do notice.
Yeah. I think Nils Toxin seems to still be pushing, which is slightly bizarre. I'm not sure whether he's noticed. He's got to have been told. Looking at, he's in a voice channel. Yeah, no, he's in a voice channel with all of them. He's been told. There's no way. There's no way he hasn't been.
A bit of delay.
There's A-Games retires. I'm not sure if Aparo knows, but
He must get the hint.
Yeah, once Rolling Dice gets into the box, he'll then retire. And then it's just these two on the track. Aparo's going awfully slowly. But... I think from what they're saying, it's...
narrow pits.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's... I don't know whether it's going to be rain throughout the entire race. Yeah, Nils Toxin... Aparo hasn't noticed.
Oh, jeez.
According to Havoc Gamer says it shows full dry. which is not what other people have been saying.
Oh, there's been a bit of a glitch though with the game because I think it was, what was it, Silverstone? Someone had
Yeah.
dry, then wet for the race, then it went back to dry. So
Yeah,
I
Farah
think it's just a
hasn't
bit,
noticed
He
the.
will literally be the only car on track.
Yeah,
and
he
in
is.
jet fuel.
Like
He's-
he
he's
hasn't
retired.
noticed. He's setting purple sectors on this circuit. He hasn't
Oh.
got. He hasn't got the memo.
I mean, the ego can always grow.
I assume he's got
Getting
Discord.
P1 and Q1 with no eliminations, I mean...
He's 1.5 seconds
No
off at
one's
the
stopping
moment,
him.
so I wouldn't be so sure.
let him be. Let the man be.
MB.
Yeah, he's just looking at the scoreboard.
This is it's absolute bragging rights.
Just everyone.
This is, yeah, mentality at the end of the day.
He's gone purple again.
Yeah, he's only
wants to
half a
be
second up
alpha.
though, so he's got to find another second in that final sector if
Easy.
he wants to go top.
It's a power for you. You can do that.
Yeah, he just finds time out of nowhere.
We should do an
Designed to
onboard
be
hot
alpha.
lap. This is the onboard hot lap.
Oh yeah.
This is the hot lap of Q1, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's like this is the hot lap for the socials.
Look how dirty that Williams car is though.
Yeah. And he got P3, 1.3 seconds gained. Not bad, to be fair.
Not good enough for me.
The only car. It won't be bad at all.
Yeah, he hasn't seen this. There's no way. I don't think he's noticed. There's no way.
Yeah,
He's,
Jay-Z looked in P10 there. There's a little bit of nearly a back marker, sitting up nearly outside the top 10.
and now he's going all the way back around to the pits.
He wanted his moment. He knew this was his moment.
I
Forget
think
the
more
fact
likely he
he's-
just didn't notice that he didn't need to set the lap.
I mean,
He
he's
must
getting
have
his.
notifications turned off. Like, I mean, he's seen
He's-
the
Or-
whole lobby retire.
Or he's just not. I mean, he would have seen the notifications. I don't know if he.
I do like his helmet though. He's got a nice helmet. I give it to him.
That's true. He does.
Yeah,
look
looks
like
similar to mine.
Yeah, that's
It fits
rain
in
or
the,
race according to A
the
Games there.
Williams.
Love that.
But weather's is on like not perfect, is it? Yeah. Oh no, forecast is on perfect. Okay. So we do know. So forecast is on perfect, although we've had disagreements
Paro-
through
I bet he
between the
takes
drivers.
the line. I really hope he takes the line. Doesn't go for the ball.
He's taking the line. Okay.
No, he's
No, he's
Oh,
pitting.
yeah,
No, okay.
He's having a giggle. He's actually having a giggle. He's gonna.
But he's going to cross the line though in the pits. He's going to cross the line in
Please
the pits.
retire. Please retire.
No, it doesn't count that he crossed the line because
No,
he's
the
in the pit
absolute
lane.
shit. Absolutely horrible. He's done the complete opposite
Unbelievable.
of what he told
It
him.
doesn't count that he's in the
Brian
pit
goes
lane.
for a lap.
Apparel, I
Doesn't
know
take
you
the
wanted
line,
your
goes
team.
for the pit.
I know you want your TV time, Apparel, for
He's
crying out loud.
That's exactly
Please
what it is.
retire.
That's it. No more screen time for you.
Just don't show him through Q2.
Doesn't matter if you win the race. You're not getting any.
So he had 15 minutes of Q1 for no benefit.
Absolutely none.
And
Nothing.
it's all been on a paro. One man only.
Not
And
some
someone's
other
got a
drivers
ticket
went out
already.
as well.
The
Jesus
ticket's already
Christ.
been put in. It's
Yeah.
probably for a Paro. It's
Yeah,
probably
that-
for a Paro
that's-
hogging it.
There's no other.
Taking the
There's
time.
no other thing that could be reported. There's two.
Someone's. I don't even. If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Oh, it's Jamie
Like,
Cash.
yeah,
our big
it's Jamie
driver.
Cash and Max that have made them. They're both reported the same thing. Can we just close them because we know what they're gonna be?
I mean, Havoc Game using 2 sets of softs. I think Q1 with no
I
elimination.
might just straight up delete the channel. Like, just delete the ticket. Like, not even close it, just
Claim it
delete
already.
it.
I'll claim the ticket.
Yeah. I've.
No tickets.
Gio closed one, I closed the other. There we go. Like, they're acting like it was deliberate time wasting. Like, no, he just didn't get the message, and there's no rule against it.
I don't know what the heck is going on, but
Well,
I mean, that time is that time.
Wow.
More
On to
rain, though.
qualifying.
Always a good sign.
Yeah, the rain for the race.
Stream starts now, boys. Stream is on now.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the weekend. We've got only 15 drivers taking part.
Might as well.
Looks like intermediate conditions out there. I'm surprised no one's gone through any.
Sure.
It could be full wet.
Right, we've got Jamie Dodge heading out. We've got Great Pup. We've got Jamie Cash. There's quite a few drivers on their way out to the track. Nidus Toxin's retired from the session. He's
We
not,
might as well skip qualifying. How can we skip qualifying?
like, he's
Yeah.
not done it because he's retired from, like, left the session. He just retired.
He's doing it for a giggle.
Yeah,
Well, who's first out? It was an alpha.
Bro just wants to be
Yeah,
happy.
it's the Alpha Tauri. Oh, that would be A Games is the first on the circuit. He's got the Aston Martin of Havoc Game behind him, but he's got Jamie Dodge behind
Yeah,
as
the
well.
Pretty much.
So it is,
Oh, you already know Sector 3 is going to be a massive car park.
yeah.
You can just see it happening.
Ferrari decided to just.
I think
Exactly.
they tricked Nidus Toxin into retiring from the session. Just from the looks of the chat. Like they
no.
told him that if you press retire from session, it makes you do something or something. I don't know. Like I
so,
don't think he meant to retire there.
Someone's gone wide.
Yeah, that's Havoc going very wide there. I assume just wanting to drop further back in that train. But it's A Games that's the furthest around his outlap at this stage.
He invalidates as well.
The pits now,
Final lap.
which will be right in the way of the hot lap. Away from us now.
Is Jamie Dodge gonna go past him here?
Good
He
question.
looks like he wants to.
He wants to, but I think A-Game's is going to hold him up.
He wants the toe, I think. Oh, wait. Okay, no, Jamie Dodge is gonna be the first one then. There goes
He's gone.
quite a way wide. And it's going to be the Alfa Romeo that leads us around that final corner to begin the first lap of the Q2 session on his way into turn 1 down and up the hill. Breaking over the crest, gets it done in a bit out of shape, probably locking the rid through that first corner. And now plummeting down the hill again. Round 2 and in towards the
25.5.
S's.
Solid first sector.
Shows it threes understeering a tiny bit through those S's. It's a 25-3 in that first sector from the Alfa Romeo. Some of these car movements are a bit exaggerated by the ping, but you can tell he's really hustling that car to try and get as much time out of it as he can. So he now just wants to optimise his exit for the long run down into turn 12 now. There's someone off there as well. The hairpin behind him. I'm not entirely sure who that is.
That was A-Games.
Yeah, it must be.
Remy Cash invalidated.
A lot of curb on the apex from Jamie Dodge. It's now 102.5 in those first two sectors. He's chucking the car into the final sector now. You just got to keep the car going. They can be in for quite a good lap here. Will the Alfa Romeo chucking it through into turn 6, turn 18 now, just 2 more to go. Keeps it within the lines. Now just around the final corner of turn 20. Up the line for the Alfa Romeo, and he puts it as the early benchmark with a 33.0. Then Rocky round the final corner, 33.4 from rolling dice there. Then it's Havoc Gamer with a 34.2. Next up is Fresh with a 32.9 to displace his teammate. Next up, Keebling around that final corner. Let's see. What sort of time can the second Alpine do? He goes up to line P5. Then that's Mr. Business behind with a 34.5. Again, on his way in, Jamie Cash having invalidated his time. Just beginning another lap, Footface doing the same. It's Frosted Cheese in that final sector now. He's the first round of lap at this stage. And just a couple more corners to go for that Williams driver. Gets back on the power, just one more to go. Flicks it in, but he takes a bit too much curb on the entry. And Frosted Cheese's lap will not count here. Next, and Aparo also backs off his lap.
It does seem like half the grid has underfueled, so they're all limping around.
Yeah,
which isn't exactly the best strategy.
most of them just getting their way back to the pits at this stage. There's a lap from Aparo, but he's just starting another one.
Can't tell if Havoc's retiring or if he's just slowing down.
He'll just be slowing down.
3 seconds in a straight.
Second down, yeah.
Yeah, he's just slowing down on his way in. So we have Jay-Z on a lap. We've got Grape Hub on a lap as well. But I think they're the only two at this stage. Yeah, but final with Jay-Z. Just around those final few corners now. 2 more to go for the Haas driver. Just keeping it within those white lines, but he does back off there. And he comes into the pit lane. Grape Hub around the final corner then. Instead of the Haas, goes out to the line P7. It is a provisional Q3 time, but with some of the other cars yet to set times.
We're still missing 4 cars.
Yeah. Well, it's
First place is going again.
yeah, with some of the others yet to set times, you would assume he would be dropped down a bit there.
You wouldn't. Well, Rocky will have to improve for 151.
Yeah,
Well,
he's spun on this lap. Yeah. With Aparo and Rocky will improve for certain. Frosted Cheese is just on his way in, so it is Aparo in that final section now. Just chucking it into that last corner, keeps it just on in the lines, and for Aparo, he puts his car. He can only stay P7, but with a 3-second improvement.
It's not looking good, though. It's not looking good.
Second runners, Jamie Cash and AY Games. Both yet to set a lap.
I think it's just Footface on a lap at this stage.
Rocky's on an out lap as well as.
Yeah, I think it is.
Also straight out again.
Yes, only Footface on a push lap at this stage. Just coming around that into that final sector now. Just not long to go for the Aston Martin driver. He gets a bit out of shape there on the exit of 15. Just chucking it through the final few corners. Just need to keep it going at this stage. And Footface could be in with a shout of a Q3 appearance. He's a bit onto that curb and a tiny bit out of shape on the rear. But up to the line he goes. Goes into P9. He's not far off Grape up there. But you will expect some of the cars behind him to improve.
AY Games.
Yeah, yeah, just a tiny bit too much curb.
That's not looking good, bruv.
I
think it is Frosted. No, it's Jamie Cash will be the next flyer. I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you are. You might be right.
No, Rocky. Rocky's just in the last corner to begin one.
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, he's just beginning one now.
My guy.
Just round that fight. Yeah, he begins one now.
Oh, it'd be a challenge not to improve that lap.
And if he spins again, he'll still probably improve. Just Jay-Z beginning one as well. Jamie Cash beginning one. Fresh retires at the top. Fair enough for him. I doubt you'll see, like, all 10 drivers setting 32.9s. So, yeah, Rocky is a tiny bit down in that first sector, but I don't think he has to worry because all of that time will just be in the final corner as long as he keeps it in a straight line. Probably be an improvement of up to 25 seconds for Rocky. He goes onto the long back straight now. He's also got Jamie Cash behind him, as with Jay-Z as well. And Frosted Cheesebits just beginning a lap. So it's A-Games.
Jamie Cash done a back split with Jay-Z.
Yeah, Rocky coming to the end of the middle sector. He's now 2 tenths up on his previous best. And all he really has to do now is just keep it going. He's got so much time in that final corner. If he keeps this lap going, it should see him comfortably into that top 5 most likely of Q2 and comfortably getting his way into Q3. He's just got a few more corners to go now. Ferrari just has to keep it going in a straight line. And around the final corner, White tentative on the power, but he does go into P4.
Nice.
17-second improvement. There's Jamie Cash also in the final corner with Jay-Z behind him. Jamie Cash first up goes into P5 and Jay-Z into P4, 33.5. Not a bad time at all.
Exactly.
Frosted Cheese coming to the end of the middle sector with a 103.1. He's getting a bit out of shape though, but that won't cost him too much time in the grand scheme of things. Just a few more corners to go for the Williams driver. So there's a car stop there.
AY Games going around the last couple of corners now on a hot lap.
Yeah, just close behind Frosted. Behind Frosted.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so Frosted Cheese around the final corner now. Just gets on the power. Oh, DRS active for the Williams, goes into P7. Knocks a power into the drop zone. A-Games can only manage 13th. But that does drop foot face 1 position lower. Aston Martin just coming out of the pit lane now. And then
Alpine goes to 9th.
and Keeping jumps up to 9th there. In his Alpine. Mr. Business is right behind Jamie Cash. Like, Jamie Cash could risk getting a 5-place grid penalty here. Even though
He's
Mr.
on an
Business...
outlap though.
No, I think you can still get them for
Oh
illegal
yeah,
blocking.
for illegal blocking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, he could risk one for the game,
Yeah.
even though they're clearly both just like messing around on their outlaps. Frosted Cheese just stopped in the S's there.
Ticket it now. Get it
Click
done.
it, report, clip it.
Great Pap just beginning a run there. That's Jay-Z in the final sector, bringing out those yellow flags. Think how it game. No, he's just beginning one.
50 seconds on the clock.
It's a business, not on a lap. We don't have many drivers on flying runs at all. It is only Great Pup at this stage on a flying run.
Mr. Business starting his lap now.
Yeah, Great Pup taking way too much curb through the S's though, and invalidating that, so he is no longer on a valid attempt. Mr. Business, though, however, is just beginning one into turn 1. And I think, yeah, at this stage, he is the only driver on a lap. His teammate just coming into the pit lane. He could be out here. Could the AlphaTauri of A-Games. He's only got 2 minutes to get back out of the pits. It'll be a tight one. Mr. Business, 3/10 up. He does need this lap, actually. He's right on the edge. But with, yeah, 3/10 improvement in that first sector should do him nicely there. Would see him around to, actually would only see him to around 8th place. The gaps are quite spread out in this field, which is rather surprising for Tier 2. We tend to see quite close margins at the front, although possibly not around this circuit. And there's a business coming up to the middle sector split. It's a 9/10 improvement. That would do him nicely to a 33.6 or so. There's still going to be more time in that last sector, almost certainly. He gets back on the power, just chucking it around this long right-hander, or these long 3 right-handers, just in quick succession, all as one, just long flat-out corner, and just around the last corner now. Yeah, that's in the pit. Yeah,
In the pit,
yeah, it's a 32.9 for Mr. Business. Splits the 2 Alfa Romeos. I mean, he's quite far around his outlap.
Oh, place is invalidated.
Oh, he should have the time to get back round. As Frosted Cheese there. Retired in P8.
That's risky.
Yeah, I think he was stuck in the pit lane. Jamie Cash on his way in. He won't be improving. Havoc Gamer on an outlap with only 30 seconds to go. He won't get round the line in time. Power just beginning his next lap time. And he puts his car into
P7.
P7, which drops Havoc Gamer down to the edge. Keyblank's out of the session. It's all down to whether Great Pup or Footface can improve.
4 temps up.
And the point is 4/10 up on his previous best.
Wouldn't be enough.
No, that would only see him to a 34.6. He needs to gain 8 tenths if he wants to get through. But there's an Aston Martin of Havoc Gamer. He's not in control of his car in that situation. He's
How stupid would you be?
he's been taken.
Come out with a minute and 30 left.
It's been taken over by the game. He won't be in control of his car, but that still would have squandered any chances Great Pup would have had of getting through into Q2.
As masterclass, he gets through to Q3 with that.
Unless Footface can do anything about it. Coming down this back straight into turn 12. He chokes the car through. We see in the middle sector split. He's a tiny bit down on his time. Footface won't be getting through. So it's fresh top in Q2, followed by Mr. Business, Jammy Dodge, Rolling Dice, and Jay-Z. And then knocked out there is Keyblank, Great Pup, A-Games, Footface, and Nidus Toxin.
Havoc Games there, potentially saving himself by not letting Great Pup finish the lap.
Yeah. But then he wasn't in control of his car either. Great Pup doesn't seem to be.
Perfect example of, if in doubt, take him out.
We don't want to encourage.
Brexit.
No, but yes. Predictions for pole?
Gonna be tight. Gonna be
Very
tight.
Yeah. At the front it'll be tight, I reckon.
I reckon Gio's got it in him.
I don't.
My back marker Jay-Z.
Jay-Z will get the back, that's the usual.
Untos reckons it'll be a fresh pole, but he'll bottle.
Ooh,
be
interesting.
fresh.
Wow.
I see it being a Jammy Dodge pole and a Mr. Business win.
Fresh has only gone out on one set. I'm overly sure Mr. Business has only got one set of softs left.
He possibly does.
He went out on 2 runs, 2 fresh runs as well. In Q2.
Untos saying that Mr. Business is bad in the rain, which is possibly true. Who's like a rain maestro? I think Rocky's good in the rain, isn't he?
A power's
Damn,
decent.
nice.
Yeah. I think we just
A
see.
Footface Masterclass incoming. I can see it now.
It could be
You won.
Jay-Z's first win.
Footface scoring more points, I reckon.
A Footface is scoring.
He's either
can see
scoring
it.
or he's finishing in a barrier. One or the other.
You just knew it was going to happen.
Driver 2 chat. Everyone's fighting over fighting.
Retire Q3 to save time.
So can we ban Jay-Z?
Yeah, I reckon so.
So prediction for pole. We never clarified who. Individually,
My
who are we picking? Who are we picking everyone?
My back marker Jay-Z.
The Jay-Z for pole for GNC? I think, I'll throw it out there, I reckon it might be Mr. Business for me. He could be pole. Pick up a lap.
Possibly.
Fumble in the race.
He was quite close. He was quite close to fresh, in all fairness.
He was very
So
close.
he's got what it takes, in all fairness.
Under a tenth, so could be anyone's game.
Less than half a tenth.
Yeah. And it's Havoc, causing more havoc out on the track. He leads us.
Yes.
And he's already causing havoc. He's just driving out onto the pits.
You say that, he did almost abandon Mr.
Absolutely have a car leads.
And he's already driven onto the curb and let that rolling dice go through.
I would not want to be behind him just in case he takes you out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's letting
indeed.
people go through at this point. Like he drives out early because his pit box is right at the end because he's an Aston Martin. he gets out earlier than everyone else, but he doesn't want to be out earlier than everyone else. I think that's the whole thing he's having to go through each time. That being said, rolling dice is coming down that back straight at this stage.
As well, this session.
Yeah,
No pros at
exactly.
all. I'm very surprised.
I mean, there's the only teams that are available in Q3 are the Williams
Alfa Romeo.
and the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
And they're not utilising it, and I'm very surprised.
I don't think either of them.
It's a skill issue, massive skill issue, I reckon.
I don't think either of them are competitive enough to really be bothered about the massive toe, and I don't think either are in direct communication with each other.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's poor communication between teammates. That's frowned upon.
True. Should simply get better.
Ooh, I thought Rocket was going to go straight into it.
But that is rolling
Yeah,
dice around the
taking the
final
first
corner. Yeah, just beginning the first lap. As Rocky comes out of the pit lane, so everyone is now on the circuit. As he goes into the first corner now.
Perfect time to leave the first.
Slightly
Yeah.
mistake as
Always
Apex
happens.
gets back on the power again, chucking it through two in towards the S's now for rolling dice. Just chucking the car through, hitting all of his apexes. He not running too wide, taking a lot of curb there. Very close to the limit so far from rolling dice. He goes up the hill, back down again through 10, in towards turn 11 now. And it's been a solid lap so far.
Lovely apex.
Yeah, he's just got to keep this up for the other two sectors. But luckily for him, this middle sector is mainly just one long straight. Just blasting his way down. Before he gets back on the brakes again. Slightly missed that apex into turn 12. That is, you can take a lot of curb there. He barely took any. Just going into the final corner now. Final sector, should I say, into turn 15. Just not long to go now for the Ferrari driver to go 16, 17 and 18. Just two more corners to go for rolling dice in that. Ferrari gets a bit out of shape through that final corner, but through that penultimate corner straight. Through that final corner now, so 33-0. Mr. Business invalidates and abandons as fresh runs at that final corner now. And the Alfa Romeo gets always practically drifting through that final corner. He's still able to get it very close to rolling dice's benchmark. Jay-Z can only manage a 34.6. Jamie Dodge 32.7.
Ooh, that's a good lap.
Raise the bar for Havoc Gamer also invalidating. So has Jamie Cash. So it's a Paro next to the line. A Parrot round that final corner. And he's going to come to the line now. And the Williams driver puts his car into P4. But he can only manage a 34.5. He's a second and a half off some of those cars around him. Frosted Cheese chucking it into that final corner now.
Could be.
He took the most poles last season. I think he's gone polar so far this season. It's only a 33-0.
Second, third, and fourth are.
But again, yeah, they're all within 3/100ths of a second. It's immensely close. Jamie Cash is invalidated again. And then it's just Rocky going out with a 103.6 in that middle sector. He's just got to keep his car going for now. And again, it could be quite a solid lap.
Is Jay-Z going to pull up on it and block him?
Go on. He wouldn't.
Rocky coming through the final couple of corners now in his Alpine car. And, oh, he got way too wide. And it invalidates his time. And
the Alfa Romeos following each other in.
Yeah, and that is the
overtaking each other.
And that is the end of, I think, all first runs.
Power's on a lap still.
A Paradon in that. I assume it is.
Yeah, that's an in lap.
Or possibly a cooldown lap. No, it can't be a cooldown lap. It's going way too slow for it to be a cooldown. Oh, way too fast. Yeah,
Jamie
that
Cat-
Apparo's come in.
Sergeant
Jamie
Bennett
Cash
got
is
too wide.
overtaking Apparo into the pit lane.
That's not a corner you overtake that.
Overtake of the week.
Yeah,
Nominations.
overtake of the week incoming.
Business MT on an outlap.
Yeah. Just
Not
heading
a time
in.
set as well, but if you take his Q2 time, slot him in, he's top 3.
Yeah, he had a 0.0, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So
Yeah,
it
it will be
could
somewhere
crash
in that top
yeah.
4 somewhere. Like,
He
it's-
spices it up a little bit.
I'm not. Like, they've all got 0.0s is the issue. Yeah, so Havoc Gamer and Jay-Z also on their way out of the pit lane, as is the Red Bull of Jamie Cash. But Mr. Business.
One thing I am noticing though is Business MT is not warming his tyres up. They're going to be cold and oversteer.
I mean, with
you
the
do
track,
get-
with the turns, you
Yeah, you
cause
do
it.
get quite a lot of natural warming just from driving.
With the tins as well,
I saw the
you
steering
cause a
wheel,
lot of friction.
87, which isn't too bad to be fair.
Here we go, then round 2.
Yeah.
Of
And
Q3.
off goes Mr. Business down that pit straight in towards turn 1 for the Alpha Town driver.
Well,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
means
they're all-
business now for that boy.
Yeah, it's on another.
Business, yeah.
Yeah, it's on another fresh set as he comes down the hill now into turn 2. Now starts over the crest, flicking it into the S's, completely flat out until this point. Has to slow down that tiny bit.
Nice.
There's a Red Bull stopped out the side of the track, but he does get out of the way, and now over the crest, down the hill again for Mr. Bibbs. He comes to the turn 11 hairpin, hits his apexes, and then he gets back on the power for a long, long run down to turn 12. As we also have just Jay-Z beginning a lap now. The only other one on a flying lap at this point. Business into turn 12 now. So 102.5 in that middle sector. It's a very solid time so far for the AlphaTauri driver. Could see him straight up into that top 5. He's heading round turn 16 now. Now he's easily flat out for the AlphaTauri. Just a few more corners to go for Mr. Business in that last corner now. The 2 Alfa Romeos going out at the same time. And up the line, Mr. Business goes P2, also on a 0.0.
This front row is going to be very tight.
Yeah,
1,000 seconds ago.
Jamie Dodge just beginning his next flying lap. One of the favourites for pole position here. He's a tiny bit up on his provisional pole position time. It's Jay-Z 3/10 up in that first sector. In the first 2 sectors makes it 6.
Up.
Yeah, it's a very solid lap so far for the Haas.
Who let Jay-Z cook?
I mean, it
It'll
was,
only be good enough for like P6 though, won't it?
yeah, it's a 34-0 at this stage. If he finds
Look at
another
everyone
second,
else.
then he can get into
Look
that
at
top
the top
5.
5, and then all of a sudden look at the
Yeah.
bottom. it's like it's 2 different people out there, 2 different tiers. Like you got a tier 2 and then a tier 2.5.
And then Jay-Z up to the line, going quite close to the line. It's 1.3 seconds found. Puts him 3/10 off frosted cheese. It's not bad at all, but it's not quite good enough. Jamie Dodge almost 3/10 up on his already provisional pole position time. He's going to chuck it into that final corner now. Looking to extend his advantage here. It's the Alfa Romeo who goes to the top with a 32.2 to take provisional pole position by 8/10.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Havoc Gamer just starting a run as well. Jamie Cash coming towards the end of one by this point, but I think he has just backed off
Starting
it.
his lap now.
Yeah, Fresh also beginning
He'll be
one.
the next big hitter
Another
alongside Cheese.
Another favourite for pole position, although I doubt he's finding 8/10ths.
8/10 is a bit of a margin, it will be.
Mr. Business
Never
just
say
started
never.
to know that. Why? Okay, there's just a bug with my game.
Fresh purple, a 25-0.
I'm about to. He's found 2 of those 8/10ths already
Absolutely
in the
rapid.
first
Track
sector.
evolution, off the charts.
It's only 2 of the 8/10ths he needs to find though. But
He's gone.
yeah, that won't be an improvement for Fresh. He goes careering into the barriers.
Frosted
Just a
cheese
bit.
starting his lap now.
It was just a bit too much wheel spin from Fresh. Sent him into those barriers at high speed. He's kept the car going, but
Power
that will be the
only
best
at
Fresh can
10.5
do.
lap.
Jay-Z
Oh, no, no,
isn't going to
no, no,
improve. A Paro a 10th up on his previous best, but that wouldn't see him gain much ground at all. 7/10ths gained, that's not enough to get ahead of Jay-Z here. And then it's Rocky up the line with 33.2. Not bad at all for the Alpine driver. Havoc Gamer has invalidated his time. So that's the best he can do. Mr. Business 2/10ths up. But again, it's not the 8/10ths that he needs. He's just...
Jeez, only at 10th up. That 10th puts him up to P2. That's all he needs.
Yeah, but Mr. Business as well is 2/10ths up at this stage. I think he's got the time. It's just who can utilise this track evolution the best. Mr. Business next to the line round that final corner. And up the line he goes. It's almost 2/10ths. Fresh has been disqualified. That's going to drop him off. Yeah, that's going to drop it off. Jerry Cash improves to P8, but no higher than that. Yeah, and Fresh gets dropped down to P10 because he was stopped on the track. Rolling Dice invalidated. He won't improve. It's all down to whether Frost and Cheese can find time.
He's up by a coach. He could get P3.
Round the final corner, and he does go into that 3rd position.
I've just seen Fresh parked.
Yeah, he parked on the track and got disqualified
corner.
for it.
What a melon. What an absolute melon.
And now we just wait for Jay-Z to limp his way home. He'll get there eventually. Jay-Z just limping. Oh, I think Fresh got stuck on the curb.
He got stuck on a curb, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Jammy Dodge in Tier 2 for much longer. Yeah, 6/10ths is an awful lot. And Jay-Z just taking the line now. And finally, we have completed Q3. With the end of qualifying now. And
Fresh was half a second quicker and then got beached on a curb. So that is
Oh.
very confusing in one sentence itself.
well, he
I
was
mean, you
half a
have to
second
go
quicker,
from-
then he spun, and then got beached on a curb, I assume.
I don't think he was spinning. He must have just
No,
stopped.
no, he did spin at 12 or 11, sorry, just before the long straight, which I saw on board with him. Either way, it is Jammy Dodge who takes that pole position then from Mr. Business, followed by Frosted Cheese, and then Rolling Dice, Rocky, Jay-Z, Jammy Cash, Aparo, Havoc Gamer, and then Fresh. Should have been around P3, I think, before he got disqualified, but he's going to be starting P10.
Well, that commentator's curse. I said Fresh would get pole. Now look at him. P10. Oh, the rain, and that is full wet.
Holy smokes! It
That
is
is
all
full
wet. Oh, horrible. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. So, I reckon Jammy Dodge to bottle it 5-1.
I mean, this could be worse than the Tier 1 race.
Oh,
last
it's a
week.
tiny bit damp.
I mean, a tiny bit's an understatement. We could see more retirees than Monza. In Tier
Yeah,
1,
you probably
and that
will.
was horrendous,
I just
to say
came
the
back
least.
and then it was just this word. Yeah, it's a tiny bit damp. Yeah, all race.
Are we saying this inters or are we saying full wet?
Full wet.
That
Full
looks like
wet.
full wet. It is
Puddles,
full wet, isn't it?
puddles on the floor.
No,
You can
that's
see
what the
easily.
drivers are saying is full wet. And some of the drivers have default setup.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Now,
so
talk about a skill issue, because that is one of them.
do you think it would be fair to restart?
Nah.
It depends
no.
if it's gonna
I
dry up
don't
as
think
well.
so.
We can't.
Because it isn't like it isn't fair, really.
I-
Swapback and Hearts didn't really have a chance.
Swab has his setup. It's
Oh,
only
he does,
Hearts.
that's fine.
It's only Hearts.
Did
No.
Hearts not qualify? What happened with
Uh,
Hearts?
he
No, Hearts
disconnected. And
Yes, he DC'd, yeah.
oh, we got another 6 minutes. Why did Jay-Z do such a long, like...
Absolute back marker. What a mug.
That was a
Normally
back marker
it was
moment. eh?
5 and he's done, like, 7. Oh,
No
okay.
different from Liam in Tier 1. He needs to go for a number 2 and decided to add a couple more minutes onto that too.
True. That was an interesting one.
Yeah, Monza will go down in history, to say the least, of what not to do.
Mhm.
Kind of lucky you missed that one, Gianazzi. Very lucky.
It was a fun one.
Fun, maybe from your point of view, not from a racer's point of view.
And it was great. It was really fun to watch, to be fair. So
It felt like an open lobby, that is to say the least.
we've
I mean, I've seen cleaner open lobbies than Monza Tier 1.
Exactly.
as we've just hit 98 followers, just 2 more to go on the Twitch.
Yeah, thank you.
Until we get 100. Hopefully that can be today.
There's
Doubt
one
it.
plug in,
Today
isn't it?
could be the day.
Today could be the
Make sure
day.
you- It could be.
Could be the
Blimey,
day.
Lucky charm.
Is it the day?
Opinion on Sour Patch Kids? Might as well get some conversation going. Sour Patch Kids, in my opinion.
I don't think I've
these
ever
are
had
funny.
them, to be honest.
I think they're underrated. Personally, they're underrated for me.
Sad news actually is Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed in Rocky, has passed away today, and I was quite gutted because he is actually a very good actor. Very, very good actor. Back in the time. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
God damn it, Rocky!
I'm gonna pretend
it,
I'm
Rocky!
old enough to understand.
That's culture. That is movie classicals.
Wow. How long left? 3 minutes. Okay, it's not
This
awful.
is painful. Can we fire Jay-Z now?
Dark marker things.
Should have in charge.
The Omination.
Because it's raining, how many are we expecting to retire each? I'm
10.
saying 5. 10?
I'm gonna go with
I'll say 6.
a minimum
I'm
of
saying-
7. I'm saying
saying
7.
Oh, 7 to retire, so only
Minimum.
12 to finish.
I reckon 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 as well.
We've still got Charlotte, Kyle as well, to both race.
Stefano
So-
Domenicali, my guy.
My racer.
I'm just harassing Jay-Z to convince him to go.
Good strategy.
I wonder if you.
Like, can we go now?
I'm
Everyone's bored. We want to go racing.
I'm just spinning on my chair at this point. Like, I am genuinely just spinning on my chair, because
I'm on my bed.
I've got like
My
one.
partner's in the shower.
I've
I'm
got
living my life.
I've got one of those chairs where I can.
Life
just
is
spin.
good.
Like
Life is
I'm
good.
just straight up spinning
Life
on my
is
chair.
good.
And that being said, I'm strangling myself in my headphone cable, so let's not do that.
Knight says I can make it now. It's a bit late. I'm not too sure what he's smoking.
It is a bit late.
Who said that?
Night
Knight TM.
Bit late now.
Is there a seat? No, for that answer. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z said let's go,
He did.
and no
Yes,
one's
we
ready
can. If everyone's ready.
I'm still complaining about his default setup.
Like he always does.
Exactly. I reckon I'll give it one lap on the first lap of a safety car.
Only the first lap.
How's
First
the
corner.
safety car in the first lap?
No, it's
Choose
first
one.
corner. Not first lap. First
Bet
corner.
builders are alive. They are alive.
Bet builders are live, ladies and gents. Get your bets on.
Although, to be
XLR.
fair,
MT to spin at turn 1, 5-1.
to be fair, like there have been,
Jay-Z to be a back marker.
there are known bugs
1-1.
on this game that means that if you just start under safety car, like, yeah, it's full where everyone's under fueled as well.
Absolutely criminal.
So,
Right, so any inters?
no, everyone on
No
full wet.
winners.
Nope.
At,
No
at the
plot.
point where the game thinks it's full wet,
Frosted cheese.
you can't
decided
do
to
anything
make his
about
own
that.
lines. Not too sure what that is.
Yeah, so
I think we've already got a spinner as well.
rolling dice is going incredibly slowly, holding everyone
This
up.
is Fresh has already
F-
spun.
Fresh has
That
spun,
is
yeah.
Massively reassuring.
I'm just looking through the field, seeing until we see a massive jump.
That's very concerning from Fresh. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Fresh
I'd be
is supposed to be starting P10 and he's currently in between 15th and 16th, so
Nice.
that's amazing.
It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Let him cook.
Fresh, that's not fresh.
Unjal's saying what his ideal scenario of retirement will be.
And we've already had 2 people bin it in a wall.
Oh,
This is gonna
that's
be-
frosted
this is
cheese
gonna
off.
be amazing.
Yeah, when they're already going off at high speed on the formation lap.
This is the formation
Everyone's
lap
loving
that
it.
I've
This is
really
racing.
seen
This is
4
racing
times.
already. Who's giving the beans there? That's Jamie Cat, I think, is it?
I'm
Or
gonna
that
change
great
from
pudding?
6 to 10. I'm going for a solid half the grid gone. On a formation lap, we've seen 4 cars hit the wall, and we're not even going at racing speeds yet.
Frosted cheese making his way through the field here.
Same with Fresh. He's now in between 12th and 11th, and he's
Oh,
done it again.
what a move from Frosted Cheese. That triple on the inside. Is he going to go all the way around the outside? You're going to make contact with
I don't
Aegis
know
there.
what's going on.
What is Cheese doing back there?
He spun at high speed as well.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Wet
Oh,
still
dear
lap
me.
22 apparently. I don't know what that, whether it is going to dry up then or what.
To be fair,
I reckon an undercut here.
No,
A bit
it's,
earlier onto difference at a medium.
Yeah.
yeah, go on to a set.
Two-
I reckon a set of hards.
Climb it right.
Set of hards look good for these conditions.
I almost did a no stopper at Qatar last season
Tier 2 Qatar.
until the game broke.
That was amazing. It was because Daniel disconnected, and then because he was
He
hosting.
left after Ken retired. God, why is there so much build? Like, look at Jamie Dodge, and then everyone else is like,
Yeah, they're
really
fresh
close
as
together.
drifting around the
Cheese to spin
final.
on the outlap. No, I'm gonna put that on.
I can't wait. I can't wait to
It's,
see turn
it's
one.
like 8
It's gonna be
wide.
bowling.
This is horrible. This is horrible.
This is going to be a fun one.
I wish I
This
was
is gonna be
commentating
horrible.
while racing. This has been so fun to watch.
True. Right, we're just
Well, we
waiting for
need
the
team
last car
managers to
to
do
line up. Few drivers missing their grid spot,
Fresh.
including Fresh
Gone.
again.
Fox in
The fact
John.
that I could have raced today
Carragher.
and commentate would be brilliant.
Right, here we go.
These examples there as well.
Yeah, what
Absolutely
camera angle is
amazing.
this? To 5 red lights for the US Grand Prix. As lights out and away we go. Sabri gets stuck. Jamie Dodd does go away well. He does lead them into turn 1. And Ryan Dice going to
wide,
the outside
four
and 4 wide
wide.
in the midfield. There's cars going straight off the track. It's drifting all across the field.
God.
Somehow, I think no one has ended up facing the wrong way.
Look at the back markers.
Yeah, there's cars absolutely everywhere. There's a yellow flag. That's a spinning Alpha Tauri there of Mr. Business from the front. From the front row goes spinning off on lap 1. So does Rocky as well. There's position change all across the field, but Jamie Dodge has a 1.5 second advantage there through that first sector. Jay-Z's got himself into 3rd place.
I think he's just dived through 3 people. He's now in the top 10. He's in the top 9.
Fresh has gone sideways. Not too sure.
And Jamie Cash goes through on Jay-Z there into turn 12. Gets the move done. Jay-Z going a bit wide.
Jay-Z?
And Jay-Z got himself up into P4. There's a yellow flag there. I think that's Keyplan dropping down the field. Havoc Gamer gets past Fresh as well. And there's battles in the background there. It's Havoc Gamer on the inside of Fresh. Fresh goes a bit deep into the back of the Alpha Tauri. Goes wide and through goes Havoc Gamer. Kyle. Yeah, there's a car very wide there. Agam's already picked up a 3-second time penalty. Fresh is going off there into the garage. Fresh has gone straight off. There's a big dive from Perkins on Nina's Toxin there. She's got that move done. That is a really nice move late on the brakes. Now foot face right on the back of Agams as well. He can't get the move done. And that's it. He's going to go for it into the penultimate corner. No, he does just about back out for that one in time.
We have Frosted Cheese and Jay-Z into turn 1.
Frosted Cheese on the inside of the Haas driver. Does he get the move done? He's a bit later on the brakes, but the Haas does go for the switchback on the exit.
Go on, Jay-Z, have him.
And on the outside, he does get himself back ahead. Well defended from that driver. There's a drift there from Perkins dropping down the order. There's a yellow flag. That's foot face facing the wrong way at turn 1.
Oh, and Jay-Z's picking the penalty already.
Ooh. And then Ryan Dice is massively cutting into the advantage down and goes down to a second now. But there's not going to be any DRS in these conditions. It won't be too disastrous for the Alfa Romeo. Frosted Cheese is biding in time with the DRS. Nearest Toxin now. Next driver to get a 3-second time penalty. Great Pub and a Power both run straight off the track. But the Williams driver does get ahead of the Red Bull. There's a cargo slightly wide there. That's Keyplan at turn 12. Going a bit off the track. Mr. Business has worked his way back into P14. Was spun round on lap 1. He's working his way back through the field. Goes to the outside of Freddie. Left very little space. There's contact between the two of them. And Mr. Business is off again. He's managed to only just lose a few places and kept it in a straight line, which is impressive from the Alfa Romeo. Very good display of car control there. Then again, rolling dice, closing in on Jeremy Dodd at the front, but it's not enough for any move at this stage. Jay-Z could be looking at a move for the time being, but he doesn't go for one. Kyle gets through on A, gets around the outside.
Kyle up 10 positions.
It's been a very good start from the Haas driver. Swept back flame on the back of Perkins there as Jay-Z goes through on Jeremy Cash into turn 1, but the Red Bull's going to fight him back on the outside. They're going to be wheel to wheel into the first corner. Jay-Z and Jeremy Cash. The Red Bull goes quite wide onto the curb, and that's Jay-Z back through into P3. And now Jeremy Cash has to watch out because he's got Frosted Cheese behind him as well. Jeremy Cash having his line compromised a bit into those S's. Now Frosted Cheese on the back of him too. But he's got to watch out because he's got his teammate behind.
Yeah. I got a great helicopter view from the 4 drivers, Williams, Red Bull and the Haas. Have to be a joy to watch.
Jamie Dodge and Gio gone into the distance.
Yeah,
they've
6 seconds
bolted.
almost. Within 3 laps.
This could be a good battle for the win here.
Yeah, well, Jay-Z's going to try and run away from Jamie Cash as soon as he can. But using quite a lot of DRS, but not. Is Jamie Cash going to go for him? It's quite far back. It looks like he was trying to send it. There's a yellow flag. That's Haas round at 12. At 11, sorry, should I say.
Oh, and Jammy Cat. Oh, is it?
Maneuver.
There's been contact.
Yeah,
Jammy Cat.
yeah, it's now with the two Williams drivers. The two Williams make contact. Yeah, that's frosted cheese spun around.
That is his race over.
I mean, there are so
that's
many of
safety
these
car.
drivers that have suffered incidents. There's still no safety cars yet. It's quite hard to meet a barrier at this circuit.
Jay-Z has made that gap though. He's got contact. Jamie's
Yeah.
still behind, and Jay-Z's in his own little world.
So he's going to now try and push on and try and catch up to that leading group. He's currently sitting in a podium position as well. Almost to the point
With
of
a
being
3
in
second
one.
time penalty though.
Yeah, but he's almost in that stage of his
7
time boundary not
seconds
mattering.
behind. 7 seconds.
That's insane.
Here's this MC, then overtaken.
Perkins got to move on to A games.
Yep. And here goes Parry almost looked at one into the S's. Oh, the swim up flames now! And that's the safety car deployed. A is facing the wrong way. Swim up flame out. And that's an early safety car.
I saw it all.
And that
I saw
8
it
second
all.
gap at the front will be neutralised to nothing.
I saw all of that as well, and it was just a clip to the rear and swap back was
Do you
But
pit? That is the
I
question, do you
reckon
pit?
you could get an
Could it be
intermediate on
intermediate?
this.
If you're,
An
if you're
intermediate.
Jammy God and Dice, do you pit? You've got that gap, you might as well utilise it.
It's a free
I mean,
pit
worst
stop
case
at the end of the day.
scenario,
It's a free pit stop.
but you'll come out where Kyle is. You lose hardly
But
any
then
time.
safety. No, well, no, because it's under safety car conditions. So your time lost in the pit stop is under safety car is reduced under normal green flags. So you have got that chance.
But
But
look
you
at the
can get
gap between
ahead.
Kyle and Perkins. If
I
you
know.
Ray
place
Pup's
it,
overtaken a
right
Paro.
there.
Ray Pup's overtaken a Paro under the safety car.
Because Havoc's gone off.
He must have done.
Because
No, it must have
sometimes
gone wide, yeah.
that is why.
Doesn't appear to be a penalty incoming.
If you're damage job now, I'll pit, honestly.
I'd go
Pit
Winters.
both of them.
Do Winters. Is he going to go?
He's not.
Bolt,
No, neither of them.
Gio doesn't.
Neither of them are
Run back
pitting.
down.
Really?
Oh.
Jay-Z might pit, never know.
So is he going to do it? Stays
But I
out.
don't think anyone's got the balls to go against
And
it.
they're all staying out. So they've got more data than we have at this stage. So most likely their games is telling them that it's not intermediate conditions. Because we just have to go off by the eye.
Especially like for go place, you go for inters. You've got nothing to lose and you've got so much to gain.
Stays
A
out.
game's
There is a dry
A
line
game's coming in,
starting
but
to-
he's got
A
no
game's
front
past
wing.
the coming anyway.
Yeah, he's got no front wing. Hards missing the pit lane, spinning around, getting a 3 second time bounty for it. Like he missed a pit lane, knocked his rears, and then he got a
I'll,
time bounty for corner cutting.
I'll put a ticket in for that. I'll see what they do then. Wets for Hearts, wets for A games.
As Hart does get back ahead. But all these drivers that got spun round, so Fresh had like an early spin. As I say that, he drifts again. So did Rocky, so did Frosted Cheese, so did Mr. Business. But they're all going to be bunched right back up. Fresh stood up into P10 with all these incidents that have happened. Obviously they wouldn't have wanted to be spun round, but they haven't actually lost much at all from it. Like,
The thing is though, is that weather, the rain looks like it's decreased quite a bit as well. Consider, like you looked at the start, it was quite heavy. It's
And
just
there's a dry
easing a
line.
little bit.
There is a dry
Like that's
line
the thing as well. Once that line's been like straight, like I don't know what the word is for, but
formed.
because there's so many drivers going on that racing line,
Yeah.
it just causes that line to get dry or
Yeah, 'cause
like
they just
thinner.
they
Like
just clean the water off it.
yeah, so would it be worth going on the intermediate and just given it a go?
I would have done it if I was out of position, but not in any other situation, because it is still raining. It's not raining particularly heavily, but at this stage...
This is it, though.
At this stage, it's certainly not intermediate conditions. The question is whether it will be in a lap or two's time. Whether they want to pit.
Well, we're going to have to wait until Hearts
Oh,
and
someone
A
comes
games
in
come
there.
up.
That's Mr. Business. Like, if he was
Bold.
gonna...
This is bold.
So is Footface. If he was gonna
If
come
he's gonna
in,
do it,
I'm not sure why he didn't
fair
do it
dues
the lap
to him.
before. But he does
He
come
probably
in now.
thinks this is the right time now.
Yeah.
If this is it,
But if he
this is
pitted
the
lap
time.
before,
And you look at the rain.
lost
It's
much
easy.
less time. Yes, the Inters.
Yeah, this has got to be intermediate conditions.
Inters for,
I'm looking at.
it's wet for Footface.
I'm looking at the weather.
It's wet
I'm
for
looking
the
at the
Aston.
weather. This could be Inters.
Mr. Business is going for it. But
Frosted cheese.
Yeah,
I think Jamie Dodge and Dodge have missed their chance.
yeah,
This could be the
Hagen's
main
coming back
decider.
in. He's going for the Inters, I assume. Yes, he is. So both Alpha
Yeah, intermediate, yeah.
Tauris going.
This is probably teamwork as well. Looking at data and look how much it's eased though. Look how much it's eased.
Yeah, it's barely raining anymore. But there is still rain falling. But there's a lot less
It's
than
not as
there
heavy
was.
No, this is nowhere near it. This isn't heavy. This is in the weather.
Yeah. So Mr. Business, it's possibly the only drive.
I'll give it a lap or two before the wet starts to overheat.
though. Ooh, Gio nearly getting spinning, or nearly spinning out there. Oh, lucky boy.
All Business MT has to do is
Yeah, he's just got to.
slowly get through the field.
Yeah, or possibly just quickly through the field if he has that much more grip.
As soon as this in lap's done and the first racing lap's done, those wets will overheat.
Yeah.
They'll start to struggle for grip. Not even to dispute that they're 5 laps old, 6 laps old.
Yes. We should see the safety car in at the end of this lap, but we won't see for another couple of corners.
AY Games.
Until
puts us
A
up there.
games does
Yeah.
catch up.
No, it doesn't matter about whether people catch up in the game. Like, people will have been caught up for 5 laps and it will still just wait. So I don't think the safety car will be in this lap then, so it will be on the next lap.
I think it'll be a late call.
No, it can't be this late. It comes in... It's not going to be this lap. There's no way. Because it comes in at the final corner. It wouldn't wait until now.
Another lap it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's have a look.
it
And
can't be
in the
as high as
pits comes
Monza.
Jamie Cash. He's got a
Oh,
penalty
5 second
for a collision with rolling dice.
Oh.
But that one won't matter to
Oh,
him.
Perkins
won't
is
be
in as
served.
well.
So,
Perkins is in.
yeah, a Paro gained a load.
Jamie Cash keeps that. He keeps it.
No,
But
he will serve it because he got it before.
No,
No,
he's
he is serving it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's going to lose out to Perkins though, who goes through.
He doesn't. He net loses one.
Yeah, he
gets
loses
out,
one position.
but
Hart's
drivers
also
don't know
into the
it
pit
is.
lane.
This could be a big mistake from the drivers, I'm telling you now. This could be
Yeah.
a massive mistake.
Business MT is in provisional pole if he works like this.
The thing is, the thing I'm thinking about right now is that Jamie Dodge out front will be being fed information by Perkins and Hart's at this stage. Like what we saw in
If they
pre-season.
were to pit early on while he had that gap, he would have been P7 now.
Yeah,
On
but
Inters.
they can't always predict it. It's similar to what we saw in pre-season. Just a dry. There was at the back who pitted onto Inters early. And then they were feeding that information to the other cars. Then when a safety car came out, loads of other drivers went on to new wets. But then those three, it was Hart's and Jamie Dodge, all went on to the Inters. And then it was those three at the front.
It happened in Spain. I think Gianetto, you'll remember this. It happened in Spain with Jack Ironlad. Everyone started on wets. He was the first guy to pit on Inters.
Yes.
And absolutely floored the competition.
When was
Yeah.
that?
Finished in the race 7-8 seconds ahead. It was in
He-
Spain last season, I want to say.
Was it?
Yeah,
I don't.
it was.
It was
he
a wet,
did.
It was a wet start, and he pitted on
Uh,
Inters, I think, a lap or two before everyone else, and made about a 15-second gap.
Just
Absolutely
amazing.
floored it.
Safety car in this lap.
don't have memory of that race. I don't know if I was there or not. I'm trying to find it in the results. Like, Are you sure it wasn't 2 seasons ago on F122?
It might have been 2 seasons. I want to say last season, but it could have been 2
I
seasons
can't
ago.
see any Spanish Grand Prix on there.
All right, we'll have a look then. Safety cars in. We'll have to keep an eye
Yeah.
on these
It might have been the
intermediate
season
guys.
before that.
So, when will the Alfa Romeo bolt for the restart?
I'll keep an eye on Mr. Business, see how much progress he makes.
And it'll be quite clear to see. So, he's got that rival that he's
I mean,
been
you
fighting.
roll into the first corner if the car starts to lock up and start having
Yeah.
oversteer.
He's been fighting with rolling dice for that entire first little stint before the safety car. Now he's got him right behind him. There's contact before they even get going. But Jamie Dodge does bolt now. And he's got a bit out of shape on the traction zone. But he does get a good enough restart. And Rolling Dice has massively gapped Jay-Z, who in turn has gapped a great pup. And as a power goes for the move on the inside. And he does get the move done as Great Pup goes a bit wide. There's a car spinning in the background. That's Jamie Cash, I think. That's Fresh having had a spin. Have a game and Great Pup making a bit of contact. Perkins is up into 10th there on the intermediate tyres. So she's got ahead of Mr. Business during all of that. And you can see the Inters have so much more grip than those full wet runners do.
He clocks in ahead of Perkins, sliding left and right.
Yeah. And look at her, she's just able to put down the throttle so much more easily. She's going to go for it into 11. And there's not going to be much that the McLaren can do to fight that. There's a bit of contact between the two of them. But Nils Tuckman does have to back out. Through goes Mr. Business as well.
You're going to have to.
Yeah, they've
They
all
have
got to
to
pit.
limit loss.
Jeremy Dodge is now 1.2 out front.
Do you play the long game?
It's going to be Perkins that takes the race lead at this stage. That's a Williams going straight on. That's a Paro. Went completely straight on. So, yeah, that's frosted cheese. Yeah, he went completely straight on there. He's now got Mr. Business on his outside, who just dances his way past. It's got so much more grip to those intermediate tyres.
There's so much confidence though on those intermediate guys. You know,
Yeah,
they go
and
in
now,
half left,
and
right,
now
centre.
Perkins. Like, she's just gaining so much time on Kyle through the long right hand, and Kyle completely out of shape. She just blasts around the outside. They've all got to come in, but none of them do. None of the front runners. Hammer Gamer and Grey Pub are the only two to have come into the pit lane. They've all stayed out, and now Perkins is up into 5th place. Mr. Business just making the move on Kyle now. Perkins is in this provisional race lead.
This could be Pearson's race to win.
Like, I remember pre-race you were saying she has no pace round here. Like,
Well, the luck could change.
yeah. Like, Mr. Business probably will start catching, but it's all about how quickly they can clear these cars.
Oh my. Perkins was 2 seconds. Perkins was 2 seconds behind Paro.
Yeah,
Just off the start finish straight.
she's half a
It's down to
second
8
faster
tenths.
than her personal best already. And look at her catching. It's now 6 tenths. But at the same time, Mr. Business was 1.2 behind at the start of the lap. He's now only 9 tenths back. Perkins going very wide at the turn 11 hairpin there. Almost invites, almost invites Mr. Business to go through. There's a yellow flag in the background. That's Rocky dropping down the order.
Oh,
Getting a 5-second time penalty.
So much later.
Keyplank also losing
Perkins,
time.
look at Perkins,
Perkins
look at
on the
Perkins,
inside
look at
of a Paro. And that's going to allow Mr. Business. But no, he does just about get held up. She's now just got to work her way through the field and hope that Mr. Business takes longer to get past these cars. She's probably going to send it here on Jay-Z. Yes, he does. There's a bit of contact between Mr. Business and a Paro in the background there. But now Perkins is up into 3rd.
Only a second up in the purple bit.
And Perkins is only 5 seconds off the race lead now. So she's going to catch that. Probably within a lap or 2.
That lap.
Gio's in. Rolling dice.
Yeah, Rolling Dice is
Jay-Z.
in. Jamie Dodge stays out. Jay-Z also in. So it's going to be a straight dogfight here. As Mr. Business does take away Perkins' fastest lap by about 4 tenths faster on that previous lap.
The only thing going for Dodge is at the time he pits onto Inters, he's going to have the fresh Inters.
Yeah, he's probably just
Is it too
gambling for
little,
a
too
safety
late
car.
though?
I think he's gambling for a safety car, or he's just going to try and go to the end.
Shot towards the end though.
Because the thing is, a two-stopper will work.
Yeah, look how much time they're just gaining through this X section though. They've just gained a 10th just that easily.
It was so different than Hungary in Tier 1 this season. 3 laps made the difference over 2 seconds.
But then at the same time, those 3 laps were in Hungary. It was starting to rain and the drivers were on slicks. Keyplank staying out. He's being absolutely swamped by these drivers around him. Look how much more grip Great Pup has. And he's just going to blast his way through. Keyplank's got no grip. Perkins is gaining so much time on Jamie Dodge as well. There's not quite as much.
Good undercut.
Perkins goes very deep at 12 there. Mr. Business gets a bit out of shape though, so he can't quite capitalise on it. But he just senses a move is coming. He pulls to the outside. Is he going to go for that move for that net race lead? He's on the outside, but he can't quite make the move at this stage.
Good defender from Perkins. Good defender from Perkins. Great position.
This is what Jamie Dodge needs.
It's what he needs, but still the time's going down.
He stays out.
Yeah, Mr. Business made quite a mistake there when trying to battle Perkins, and now she pulled a second on him. Now that gap out the front's come down to only 3 seconds now.
Jamie Cash got ahead of Vegas.
Yeah, like, into the final corner.
Nice move.
5 down to 17.
Yeah, it's drifting
Tremendous
so much. I have a game with a 52.3 sets the fastest lap of the race.
It was going to be an amazing finish.
This could be an interesting finish.
No, Jamie Dodge is just going to start tumbling.
How well Jamie Dodge can defend.
He's not. He's not going to be able to.
It's impossible.
They're about a second a lap faster.
10 lap old West compared to 4 lap in
Like they just gained 2 tenths just through one, like through the end of the S's. Like basically one traction zone, and now they've gained 4 tenths.
He'll have to pit in the next 2 or 3 laps to even have a chance of catching back.
Yeah, there's no way he'll be able to do anything if he
it's
stays out.
And Perkins for the win.
I mean, to be fair, they're only about 7 seconds. They're only about a second a lap faster with 8 laps to go. But the conditions will only get drier. Like at this rate, he could stay out and try and get P4.
Now, it could mean everyone goes in for front hitters.
Could be. That's probably what he's gambling for.
Only cool. It has to be.
I don't see any other thing he's aiming for.
Yeah.
But now Perkins. Yeah, it's down under a second now. It's not going to be long until there is a change in the race lead, with Mr. Business sitting about a second behind Perkins. Just
the rolling dice from the lap he come out, 19 seconds behind the leader. Now he's only 12.
Yeah.
And that's the space of 2 laps. 2 laps.
And now Perkins going on to lap 12. She's closer than she's never been, but it's not going to be enough into turn 1.
More to defend.
Yeah. He's got the battery to defend, but it's going to be on the traction zones. It's a 51.0 as a fastest lap from rolling dice. The previous best was from Hammer Gamer, 52.3, so he's at 1.3 seconds faster than the previous best fastest lap. Perkins understeering a bit through the S section, which might invite Mr. Business to try and go for a move here.
If Jamie Dodge can gain time down the straight, but back him up through the corners.
Yeah, like some of these traction zones. Some of these traction zones, Perkins is just going to blast past. Like probably this one here, to be honest. Like
he's got to keep it together.
It's Jay-Z gets a second, 3 second time penalty of the race. Perkins pulled the inside. Jamie Dodge is dumping all that battery. And Perkins got a bit of a better exit, but I think it will all come down to braking performance of the 2 separate tyres. And down the inside into turn 12, it is Perkins to take the race lead. There's a bit of contact between the 2 of them, and they've let Mr. Business go through past both of them into the race lead there. That's just his dream scenario. He's got 30% more battery as well. He's been eating faster than Perkins throughout this stint. He's just not quite had the grip to get through. But now, He just had it handed to him just perfectly.
On a plate. 3 for 1.
Tell you what, this has absolutely ruined Jamie Dodge's strategy here.
Yeah.
Wasting the time.
Yeah,
on
look
the
at that.
lap.
He's already lost
He's got-
1.7 seconds.
Yeah, he's got a block surely now. No, he's cost
That's-
himself a lot of time.
It's not even half race distance.
It will put him dead last. Around the
And it's
Kyle.
yeah, there's just nothing there. It's not even full wet conditions. You just know. It's point blank rate, you know.
Unless
point
he's
blank.
gonna
That's the
try and go
start.
to slicks. Like go straight onto the slicks.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, that's a
slide in.
massive slide. Unless Jamie Dodge tries and goes for slicks, I don't see what he's trying.
It's still raining pretty hard, and by the time it dries, I mean, you're looking at least 2 laps from rain stops.
It's a
for it to
150.5 from
be
Rocky.
slicks.
Just looking at these lap times, it was a 52.8 from Mr. Business, a 54.3 from Perkins, but it was a 57.1 on that last lap for Jamie Dodge. He's like 3 seconds a lap slower.
Outrageous.
Unbelievable.
I mean, already he's 2.2 behind, and we're not even at the spot where he got overtaken on the last lap.
And Mr. Business, the one who
Business.
claims he has no wet pace, is in the lead.
I mean, he did also just have the really just the optimal strategy. As Havoc Gamer goes to the inside of A Games down the straight, gets that move done. Now he's got Frosted Cheese waiting in the wings, possibly going for a move. Are we going to see 3 wide down the
3 wide.
straight? Not
Yeah,
quite.
look how
But Frosted Cheese goes round the outside. There's a bit of contact between the two of them, which invites Jay-Z to try and get past. He's side by side with A-Games. There's contact again between Frosted Cheese and A-Games. Frosted still has Jay-Z on his inside. He's completely
this is
boxed in
dangerous.
here. There's
Oh,
cars
this is
absolutely
dangerous.
everywhere.
Someone's run over
Somehow everyone's still facing in the right direction. Now Frosted Cheese on the inside of A-Games round
Jamie Dodge pits.
that middle sector. Jamie
Too late,
Dodge
too
into
late.
the pit lane. He's gonna,
Too little, too late,
yeah, he's
I
gonna
reckon.
completely fall back. Well, after all of that, Frosted Cheese got himself into 8th, with Jay-Z in 9th and A-Games falling to 10th.
thing is now these guys could do 2 stoppers up the front. By the time
Yeah,
potentially Jamie Dodge gets to lap 20, 21,
yeah, he's gonna be
Sometimes-
around where Great Pup is here.
and the amount
Business
of
MC could pit now and come out P5, P6.
Yeah, like Jamie Dodge is to emerge where Great Pup is, who's just being overtaken by Footface.
just managed to get ahead, which is really good news for Jamie
Yeah.
Dodge there.
Footface
But
and
he's
Great Pup
got
go
a
side by
lot of
side with
work
the
to do.
S's.
He's got so much work
As
to do
Frosted Cheese and Havoc Gaming out side by side through the S's. Frosted on the outside. He does just about get the move. He has that extra grip. Jay-Z practically pushing the Aston Martin through the corners and down the short straight into 11.
Nice, he's going to have a nice run on Hearts.
There's contact between Havoc Gamer and Frosted Cheese, but Jay-Z tries to capitalize on it, but he can't. And Ryan Dice
Look at
unable to go
Hearts.
for a move at the front.
Hearts at the back of the grid at one point is now into P3. Would you believe it?
On default setup.
14. Yeah.
As
14.
Jamie Cash goes for a move on Frosted Cheese, forces him off the track. Ryan Dice gets through on Hearts. There's Fresh and Kyle side by side at the back. There's Rocky and Nearest Toxin. Yeah, some of these gaps are crazy.
It's insane.
Perkins falling back by 3.5 seconds.
Come out P4.
There's a 3.5. Surely not P4.
Oh, Jamie Cash.
Jamie Dodge.
Oh no! Frosted Cheese is being completely collected by Jay-Z. And that's got Jamie Dodge back into the 7th. Jamie Cash is off as well. And now Jamie Dodge is right on the back of a Paro. Only down in
Literally Side by
P7.
side. Side by side, Frosted Cheese and Jamie Cash, and unfortunately for Jay-Z, he was a passenger in all that, so it was not to do with Jay-Z at all.
I
Nothing
just saw Frosted
he could
spinning
have
and
done.
then there was a whack to his side.
Yeah, safety car now could completely.
Yeah, it'll
Ruin everything.
completely change the race. It'll bring Rolling Dice straight into it. when he hasn't been before. Jay-Z has to make a pit stop.
The thing is, Jamie Dodge is 23.1 seconds behind the race
It's
leader.
almost stopped raining, is another key point.
It's slowed down a lot, but it's still
Yeah, it still is raining, but it might stop by the end. As Jamie Dodge is going for a move on a Paro into the turn 11 hairpin. But the Williams on the outside does get that better traction.
Could be massive.
Here goes a Paro. Is he going to go for the move on Havoc Gamer? He's trying to he found a tiny pocket of space, but it wasn't quite enough to make a move. There's contact with Jamie Dodge, and now the Alfa Romeo on the inside. There's a yellow flag in the background as well. I think that's fresh off the track, and that's Jamie Dodge that gets himself ahead of the Williams, but possibly.
Too little, too late. Understatement.
Yeah, it's a 5-second time penalty for fresh for exceeding track limits.
Unless that was his third one.
No, it's a 5-second penalty.
And
Fred got. Oh, there's Jamie catching Fresh and Great Pupper off. Fresh has been disqualified.
He's just completely taken him out.
Was this intentional?
Corner,
I don't know.
It was intentional. It was clearly intentional. Completely cut the corner.
Can you put a ticket in?
I didn't see it. I saw it on the
Jamie Dodge goes.
Flew through it. Didn't even attempt
He
it.
might have spun or something. I'm not entirely sure. Jamie Dodge.
He made the first 2 seconds.
And Jamie Dodge going past Havoc Gamer.
Well, we'll have to have a look into the if this dude come in then.
So there's a yellow flag. That's Frosted Cheese facing the wrong way at turn 2.
Very surprised it wasn't a safety car as well.
He was only disqualified, so it
Very
rarely
lucky.
is. Like, he wasn't out, so there rarely is a safety car for that.
41 seconds for Fresh.
God.
Oh, did he have the? Oh, he probably had the thing of like the. Like.
He made the first 2 corners into the turn sector 2 and then completely cut the long left-hander and just straight lined it.
We'll just have to have a yeah.
Yeah, he got. Oh no, he got the. He also got the bug of multiple penalties for the same incident, which I've had before. It's quite funny to be when you're not like doing it seriously. Jamie Cash looking for a move on the inside of Rocky. It's going to the inside of the Alpine driver. There's a bit of contact between the two of them, but Rocky does stay ahead. Mr. Business is running away from this one. Oh, Perkins in the pit lane.
Here we go, Ben. This is two stopper. This could be a.
This would be them.
I predicted it. It's two stopper.
Yeah.
Two stopper incoming.
Rolling dice will be quicker.
And out comes Perkins. She's going to come out around where Havoc Gamer is, possibly. Jamie Dodge with the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah. It's going to be behind Jamie by the looks of it.
It's going to be around where Havoc Gamer is.
Ooh, he games is gone.
He ends up coming just about ahead of the Aston Martin as a Paro goes through.
Oh, goes wide though.
As Perkins getting herself coming out ahead of both of them. And she's going to try with these fresh tyres to...
I mean, look at Perkins to Jamie Dodge. Look at the difference.
Yeah, only 5 seconds.
I predicted two stopper. Changes the game. Safety car changes the game.
Jamie Dodge right on the back of Hearts as well. But it should be quite a simple move.
Perkins 23.8 seconds to this business.
Yeah, she's going to start closing that down.
We'll have to see what Mr. Business does, Ben.
I mean,
does he do an
2.5 plus in that one traction zone. Perkins could have an undercut here.
Yeah.
Massively.
I mean, so does Jamie Dodge. There's contact between Jamie Dodge and Hearts. He spun round at 12.
Yeah, they spun around.
Yeah, it's just a bit of contact as they were trying to fight each other. And just ended in tears of both of them. That really will help Mr. Business.
25.6 second gap, now down to 23.
Mr. Business comes in.
Come out side by side.
Mr. Business is into the pit lane.
This is crucial.
Perkins needs this almost perfect sector. But if she gets it right, she can come out in that race lead.
almost 2
Looks
seconds
possible.
gained.
It looks possible. Here we go then.
Mr. Biz is just leaving his pit box now. He's going to be ahead of the Ferrari, but how far
How much
will he be
time?
ahead by? He's going to be ahead of Jamie Dodge quite comfortably.
Pass is pitted, yeah.
It hurts him, but Mr. Business comes out ahead of Jamie Dodge and Perkins as well.
This is big.
Rolling dice.
This is
has
big
to
now.
pit.
Yeah, Mr. Business
Yes,
managed to
the
cover them
pit
off
yes.
on the 2-stop. He's still out front, which is basically perfect for what.
Does Jamie Dodge go to the end? Obviously, only pitting on lap 14.
This
4
is
lap old inners.
tough call.
It'll be a hard call. He just have to see how he can link up the pace.
Like, is the fresh inters worth 8.5 seconds over the course of the race?
I mean, we just seen Perkins take 2.5 seconds out of Mr. Business.
He's taken half.
on
Yeah,
an
he's taken a
outlap.
10th out of rolling dice in one traction zone. So yeah, no, he's not going to be able to hold on at that pace. Here's rolling dice. He's going to have to come into the
8
pit lane,
second gaps now
but that
gone
will
down to
tumble him
7.4.
down the field. Already come out around where a Paro is, although Paro yet
We
to
are
make
seeing
that second
rolling
stop.
dice on 100% ERS though, while Mr. Business MT is burning. 20% difference, but it's still a difference. A second gain just in the last sector.
Yeah, no,
Dice could
Dice
go to
has
the
to
end,
pit.
but it'll be last 2 laps of battling.
Be tough.
Nah,
Be very tough.
He's staying out, but it's going to have
It'll
to be a
come down to
battle.
the last lap.
He's going to have to defend. Like he's never defended.
At this rate, we're going to see Mr. Business MT catch him by lap 23, 24.
Yeah, like he's gonna catch him, and I think he's going to be able to pass him as well. Like I don't see a way.
It depends how hard he's going to push them fresh inters. If he gets to him and burns him through him, he
I
might not
just
have enough to
don't
get past.
see a way in which like he manages to hold on in this race.
Penalties could also play a massive bit of warnings.
Yeah, that. You
especially
can
if
check
they get as well.
warnings as
And
Kyle and Frosted cheat. I think no, it's Havoc Gamer and Kyle both in the pit lane. So is Keyblend there, and he retires. Yeah, he's retired in the pit lane. Yeah.
Perkins has done a purple first sector on the front
Mr. Business MT,
intermediate tyres.
2 warnings. He's 1 track limit away of a penalty.
Who is?
Mr. Business MT, 1 track limit of a penalty.
Ooh, that one's gonna be close. And Havoc Gamer gets a time bounty for multiple warnings. Now rolling dice. He's still 5 seconds out front. Although that being said, it's now down to 4.8.
He lost a second this time last lap.
Tell you what, if a virtual safety car comes out at the right time for Geo, with rolling dice, should I say, apologies, that could play massively into his
Yeah, he's now down to 4.5. The fresh
Mr. Business
inters
MT
are
won't
so much faster. But he's got the track position, but he's just not going to be able to defend. Realistically.
ERS is similar. Mr. Business MT actually now leading with the ERS.
Yeah, he's just not going to
Rolling
be able to
dice
defend that
burning
one though.
More than 15%, pushing 20 now.
Yeah, fastest lap from Mr. Business, a 48.5. Rolling Dice's last lap was a 51.3.
It's not really quick enough.
I don't think it's going to be any time for soft tyres at all.
Mr.
No.
Business MT also low on fuel. We haven't checked fuel.
Yeah, that is
yet.
true,
Mr. Business MT
be fair.
absolutely yellow.
But
And he's been yellow since the start.
yeah, he did underfuel because even with a safety car, he's still underfueled.
He still hasn't made it.
But I think at this point, he still will have
already
some fuel to save.
Out of rolling dice.
Yeah, it's
2 seconds is that.
but it is still wet conditions, so he still will gain some of that fuel back. As Footface and Agans both come into the pit lane. It's now 2.2 seconds. He's not going to be able to define anything. Apparently, Mr. Business
It's
started
just really
-3
impactful.
on fuel. I don't know if he means
We are seeing a
-3 or -0.3. Agams has gone for the hards.
Huh?
Way too far.
Yeah, that's
Completely
way
out
too
of
early.
the road of
Right.
this.
He's got to
The
be
fastest
careful
lap was
because
set
if he
last
causes
lap.
a safety car, he's going to penalty.
Oh.
And you can tell he's struggling because Alplan did that in Singapore.
I mean, the thing is, El Plan did that for many, many laps when he knew it was wrong. Yeah, no, he's got
This is wrong anyway.
Yeah, this is
is
quite
terrible.
obviously the wrong tyres.
We've just seen the fastest lap be set as a 48.
And
A normal
this-
lap on hard would be a 37.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got he's got to come straight back into the pit lane.
Yeah, the thing is,
We are
if
seeing
he causes a safety car, it's going to ruin a lot of people's strategies.
Yeah, it's another fast lap from Mr. Business.
nowhere near.
He's within a second now to the race leader. Yeah, he's completely drifting. He's got to come back into the pit lane. But Mr. Business out front is within a second to the race leader of Rolling Dice. And now he's just got to bide his time. But then, by the straight, he should be comfortably
Yeah.
pulling ahead of the Ferrari.
Behind Rolling Dice, though, it goes back off Jamie Dodge and Purdy.
Yeah, but he's not being held up too significantly here. But he gets back on the power. And Ryan Dice does actually pull away on that traction zone this time around. But, like, he's not going to be able to defend.
Yeah, looking for traction, Mr. Business gets out of that corner.
Yeah, just up the traction, he just...
310.
Yeah, Ryan Dice won't be able to defend this one. Whether he makes it this time or not, it's quite a late move from Rolling Dice. But it's not enough to stop Mr. Business moving back
trying to
into
fight
the
it.
race lead. They're going to be side by side. They just can't fight him on traction. And it is the Alpha Tauri that leads in the United States. A-Games doesn't come back into the pit lane. On the hards.
melon. That lap is a 2-minute 20.
That is an outlap, to be fair. But
No, that, well,
When you
no.
take-
2 minutes 26, that's not
Even if you
really.
take
Yeah.
15 seconds off of it, it's still a 2-minute lap. You're still
Yeah.
almost 15 seconds behind you should be.
He's going to get lapped as well.
yeah,
I
He will
believe
get
it. Guaranteed.
If he causes a safety car now, it could be horrible.
Could
Oh,
damage his
nice.
teammate's race.
could.
It would. It'd do more than that. Gio pits now. If a safety car happens now, Gio will come out next before.
It's drifting a bit. He's going to be caught by Jamie Dodge and Perkins. We could see Perkins getting a podium here. It's still a possibility.
It is.
And
AY Games going wide, smashing
Yeah.
through things. I mean, it's horrendous.
yeah, no, he's just losing so much time. He's got no confidence in that car.
Even that, he's dropping his throttle down straight away. The rears are just crying.
Apparently it's lagged and he's actually on inters. According to
Can't be. The gap's leader's dropping.
I mean,
heavily. We're
somewhat-
DC'd.
Sonny and Jamie Cat and Kyle making contact through the S's. That's all. Somehow they're both still facing the right direction. It's quite major contact.
We are about to see Mr. Business MT lapping Steven.
Yeah.
Potential next
I mean,
lap.
according to someone in the chat who
It could be this lap.
I know that,
It'll be
some
next lap.
it'll be close to be fair.
Look how close he is. Look how much he's gained.
It's absolutely horrible. Why? Just pit.
Apparently he's. I mean, according to someone in the chat who I know is like a cousin of A-Games, he's on the Inters. Oh yeah, he's now all ghosted. Oh, that's for the blue flags actually. As
Blue
through
flag,
goes
blue
his
flags.
teammate.
But that's not possible, though.
I don't know.
That's not
It can't be on
possible.
his screen one and ours another. It would have DC'd them into their own separate lobby.
Yeah, I don't know what happening, but he has now been lapped by his teammate. Like Jamie Dodge,
It's
I
like it's
don't.
not an AI controlling the car.
No, I don't think Jamie Dodge is
100%
gaining on
not.
rolling dice. I'm just looking at the
You're
lap
about to see
times.
Rolling dice. Meet the end of it.
Oh! Carlos had a spin.
Yeah, that's off at speed at 15, 16, 17, 18 there.
AY Games not even moving on the way.
So, I mean, he is ghosted to be fair, but Yeah, it's not great. So, like, Jeremy Dodge is gaining on rolling dice, but he's not gaining by much. Like, he won't... Like, he probably will be able to hold on for a second there. Unless his Inter suddenly hit a cliff. Which they could well do. At this stage. Perkins always losing the car on a straight there. I'm not entirely sure how she's done that. But you're just sliding all over the place on a straight. As Kyle disconnects from the session. As does Fresh. But Fresh has already retired. So, Jeremy Dodge has actually gained about half a second in the span of around a sector. Scraper picks up a 3-second time penalty. Hartz moves ahead of Rocky. So I think Jeremy Dodge will be able to get that P2. It's another fastest lap from Mr. Business here.
AY game's gone.
Oh, there's a safety car!
Told you. And that's got to be clipped in. That's got to be clipped in.
And that... That is...
I'm not going to say if it was intentional or not. I couldn't tell. It was a bit
Intentional or not.
It wouldn't be intentional.
That is... It's still... Why would you go on slick tyres on a wet track?
In the race.
You know, you don't do that. You don't do that though. On
Apparent and Rocky both into the pit lane. How a game has got a penalty for multiple warnings under the safety car.
What this has done has caused Rolling Dice to have a silver lining, and his Mr. Business's MT's teammate throwing him that silver lining.
Yeah, so he has now gone on to a set of intermediates, but they're 12 laps old. And he retires now. Okay. And he's disconnected as well.
What a Hail Mary.
Internet. Yeah. I'm...
Said he was having lag.
It's just not good
because
enough.
He caused...
I don't...
yeah, you're right.
I've got an on-board POV of that as well, so I'll send that into Tier 2 chat, as well as open a ticket for it.
Yeah.
This has potentially cost Business MT a win.
It possibly could, but then all of these cars around him will probably also come into the pit lane, as well as himself.
We have just seen the mid-pack of the lead car being put in place. And is that another? Who is that?
Thing is,
oh, it's AY Games.
Mr. Business.
Oh, Grey Pub's got a drive-through for speeding.
Oh, yeah. Well, see what Mr. Business does now. Does he pot? He does, yeah.
And he's
common thing because he's got time and he can do it.
Mr. Business comes in. I assume Rolling Dice will also. No, Rolling Dice stays out.
What?
Jeremy Dodge comes in. Perkins goes in. Rolling Dice is the only one braving it out. He's on 15 lap old tyres.
Oh.
He takes the race lead.
When will the safety car be in?
It will be 26 or 27. I think it'll be at the end of lap 26, and they'll give them 2 laps of racing.
There'll be 2 laps.
But they'll be on brand new tyres. Yeah. And we've seen how much quicker these brand new tyres are.
Hail Mary, they're throwing the Hail Mary out the window in one move. That was Rolling Dice's plan.
He's messing around with
strategy
now.
if I've ever seen that.
However, Gamer stays out, but he has a time penalty. So he's got a 12-second penalty, so Havoc Gamer's going to fall off the points here. Right, by the time the safety car comes in. Yeah, so everyone with time penalties at this stage is going to lose so many positions.
You can see the safety car go on to not come until lap 27.
Yeah, I think it will come in.
Still in the sector 3.
I think it will be at the end of lap 26. Because there have been many times I've seen the safety car come in without the cars catching up to it.
You have the Great Pup pitting now, and he's just going on to the lead lap. We might not see the safety car until 27.
This could all be trouble. Up and down the grid.
Gio might have gone for track position, but at the sake of, is the car's going to catch quick enough to the back of safety
Oh,
car?
they will.
It might
surely.
not be enough.
There's all these. No, it was.
We're seeing someone
I
just
mean-
into turn 1, and they're coming into the last sector now.
Yeah. I think
You
it
have to
comes
floor
in
it.
like at the end of.
It's normally two laps.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 laps and then it comes in. I've seen it many times come in without.
Monza. Yeah, Monza. This week in Tier 1, the safety car's only up for a lap, and it hit you straight away.
Yeah, but that was on broadcast,
No,
so
it-
everything was messed up.
It wasn't.
So we are
True.
gonna most likely have 2 laps. of
Yeah, it's
racing.
going to
it'll
come in
be-
end of 26, I reckon.
This could be absolutely crucial.
This is not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good. As Danny Dyer once said, I'm absolutely kicking myself.
100%.
Yeah, now look at all these
100%.
cars that caught up the train, down to frosted cheese in the last corner. They're all going to catch it.
26 in the 26.
Yeah, it's going to
What
be.
was What was Roland Dice thinking? Unbelievable.
He's pulled a sus among us here. He pulled a sus among us.
I
Not
mean-
pitting and staying out unused.
He might be able to get like P5 at best, but then.
He could still
But
be
then
on
he
the
would have
podium,
been. But he would have been P2.
It depends how much
Had-
Jamie Dodge and Perkins send it.
Yeah, like if he had pitted, he would have just been P2.
Track position is important, but when you've got, I don't know, what, 14 other cars behind them wanting to get track position in the last dying laps, they're going to send it.
Like, yeah, they were gaining like
Maybe back in the
multiple.
into corners won't be necessarily a
They were
bad.
gaining like a second or 2 a lap. As Great Pup retires in the pit lane.
Bit of drive through, speed number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So we wait for Kyle to join the back of the grid and be on the way racing. I mean, even
This
if
could be a-
rolling dice, it's an absolute amazing start. It won't be enough.
It's not
It
going to be
needs
good
so
enough.
much. It won't be.
It's
By the
2
time he
laps.
gets to the straight, it'll be gone.
And everyone else behind Roland Dice is on Thrasher tyres.
He's going to absolutely have to deplete his battery down the back straight and try and regenerate it all between there and then. It's not going to happen.
He's messed. He's so messed.
Call from the
He's a
safety car in this
He
lap.
is a sit and duck. He is a sit and duck.
His only hope is Jamie Dodge and Business MT battle it out. Collide. That'll be it.
Yeah.
That's the only way he wins this.
I mean, and then he's got Perkins behind him as well, also on brand new tyres. Like, she's not as
Yes,
fast as the 2
Perkins
cars
is not
ahead,
back at Jamie
but
Dodge.
she's not slow.
I'm not too sure what that was. No, but if they battle in front of him,
Yeah.
it could cause a little gap and it could give him a little bit of leeway.
Right, it's a 2-lap shootout for the end of the race then. Ryan
What
Dice
end
just
it will be.
backing them up
Uh,
for the restart.
Perkins at 12 positions. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, she's had a brilliant race and she can still gain more.
Mr. Business had a heck of a recovery drive as well.
Yeah, that's
And
true
away
as
we
well.
go.
And Ryan Dice did a big slide off the final corner, and already before turn 1, it's in Mr. Bits that pulls to his outside and retake that race lead into turn 1. Is he going to try and fight it back? He can't. He doesn't have the braking power. And now Jamie Dodge right on the back of him as well. He's got Perkins now on the trying to go around the outside. Is he going to go for the move? She does at high speed. She's going round the outside into the SS. They're still side by side. There's a bit of contact. Jamie Dodge goes off the track now, and he has to lose out to the Ferrari, who goes through into 3rd place. The championship leader has been robbed to 4th here on the restart. He tried to fight Rolling Dice, got down to shape on the exit. There's a yellow flag. That's Hart's going off. That's Hart facing the wrong way. Yeah, Hart is off. Jamie catches off. Like, there's so many cars off the track. Jamie Dodge has gone off a turn over the championship leader. Has gone off the track, and now here comes Perkins on the back of Rolling Dice. Pulls the inside into turn 12. Gets the move done on a teammate. And up into 2nd place. Rolling Dice can't fight that. He's on 15 lapped older tyres. And he's going to have Habit Gamer and Rocky catching him before too long. Jamie Dodge
Dodge.
dropping
Jamie
all the
Dodge.
way down to 11th. He might still
there's so
score
much
points,
battling.
but that's just because of the
Goodness
time
me.
penalties of everyone in front of him.
He's trying to go round the outside.
Rocky and Hammer Gamer side by side.
Sausage Cheese is missing an end plate off his
Yeah,
front wing.
Rocky goes for the move on Hammer Gamer.
We
How
have
is
to bear in
Rocky
mind
in
this is
P4?
MT.
What on earth?
And this is exactly what Rolling Dice wants really. He just wants him to battle so he doesn't get past. He'll be
This is
quite
MT
happy
still on 2
staying
warnings. If he
in
invalidates and
third.
gets a track limit,
I
it
mean,
does give
Perkins is only
the win.
2.5 seconds behind him, yeah.
Last lap.
Exactly, it gives Perkins the win.
I mean,
No
we've,
trash
He has to
investment.
keep
we've
his players
seen
back.
things like that before. In Tier 1 in Singapore, we saw the same with Jack Imac on the final lap picking up a warning, which costed him the race win. And it's about 2.5 seconds the gap for the lead at this stage. Like, Perkins could still do it. Footface is sitting in P6 at the moment, but both the cars ahead of him.
No way.
Footface is P6, and both the cars ahead of him have time penalties.
Go on, Footface.
I mean, he's not going to get P4. He's going to be P5.
Shaken and spat out again.
And Perkins is still sitting there 2.5 seconds back on Mr. Business, but I think at this stage he's just not going to take any risk that could.
He can't risk it. He has
No,
Yeah,
you
no, he's
don't.
going to
There's
stay
no
nice and far away from the track limits. He's got a 2.8 second advantage now.
He could get a fastest lap. He's got a purple middle sector.
He just got to keep it going round these final few
Halfway
corners,
to the back, almost
keep it
halfway.
within the lines. And it's been
Oh, he's
quite
just
the
up.
chaotic race. Rocky now right on the back of Rolling Dice as well, but it's not going to matter after a 3-second time penalty is applied. And it's going to be just one more corner to go for Mr. Business. He's really just led the entire race. 2 races in a row. Mr. Business wins the US Grand Prix, still with the fastest
Well
lap.
done.
He slowed down massively in that final corner as well. Rolling Dice scrapes it home P3, Rocky P4, Footface gonna get P5.
Oh,
Jimmy
wow.
Dodge manages to get P6 after time penalties. Frosted
Oh my
Cheese jumps up
After
to 8.
P7.
Wow.
P7.
And some of those results, you never would have predicted it. Oh,
That is a race for the history books, to say the least.
That was some race.
that
some
was
race.
indeed some race.
No one could have predicted that. No one at all.
Like, if it wasn't for strategy, Jamie Dodge really would have won that. But then,
Not only that, the whole teammate crash.
yeah,
It- To be fair, but it cost Gio.
yeah, Mr. Business really
Saved him. It
just
could have
had
saved
the
him, it
better
could have-
strategy.
Insane.
You can't knock the drive from Perkins or Kyle. Both.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Drive they
amazing.
could be anyone.
P16 to P2.
I mean, and then Footface P5.
Amazing.
Perkins had a quali ban as well. Knocked
Yeah.
out in Q1. And to finish P2, you can't complain. Kyle P19.
And then Mr.
to
Mr.
P7.
Business, you need to remember, was last on lap 1. He was facing the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You couldn't write this race.
give Drive
Amazing race though.
Mr.
Amazing.
Business if I
Much
had
cleaner
to.
than last weekend's at Monza. Much cleaner. 100%.
Yeah.
It was more entertaining, and we actually got laps of racing. We didn't in Monza. We skipped
I
out.
mean,
Yeah,
we-
someone decided to put on broadcast.
We've had 2 hours of
Well,
stream.
Kyle said he's got about 45 incidents, so Stuart's have fun with that.
We've had 2 hours of
tapping out
stream.
for the week.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
It's a
fun.
lap, isn't it?
Wow. That was
I don't
the
wanna be a
US
Stuart
Grand
anymore.
Prix. Thanks to everyone watching the stream, and we will see you tomorrow for Tier 1 at Imola. But until then, have a good rest of your evening, and good night.